Hey guys, how are you doing? Is iPad 10th generation worth buying in 2025 or not? In this episode, we are going to see the technical specification and some practical use cases, and I just want to suggest whether you should consider purchasing this iPad 10th generation right now in 2025 for everyday usage and who is it for, answering some of the common questions that people ask. When it comes to the design and form factor, it has the diagonal measurement of 10.9-inch display, and overall it feels like a 11-inch tablet, a perfect size for everyday usage. And when you hold it in a landscape view, the right and left side has dual stereo speakers, and in the left side you have the touch id enabled power button, which has the fingerprint scanner, of course. And in the right side you have a decent transfer speed supported, like 500 mbps transfer speed supported USB-C port. It doesn't support the external display when it comes to the stage manager feature that is limited to the iPad Air and iPad Pro models. And this iPad 10th generation display has 2360 by 1640 screen resolution with 264 ppi. That is, pretty decent for the price we pay. And with everyday use case, with texts and images, videos, you will not see any pixelated performance. The display is absolutely fantastic for the price we pay and very adequate for media consumption. A friend of mine uses the rear camera even for regular photo shoots when he goes outdoor. And when it comes to the file management, that is the important thing. The USB-C port supports external SSDs and USB-C pen drives and any USB-C hubs or adapters, even though it doesn't support external display monitor. The built-in files application is a decent file manager app where you can simply select multiple files and drag and drop to any pen drive or external storage drive you have connected within Files app window. You can, of course, use any cloud storage services like Google Drive or iCloud Drive integration easily within the Files app for all your file management requirement. About the regular web browsing, this iPad is a perfect choice. Like, the weight of the iPad is very less, so you can hold it in your hand for a long time. Even if you are on your couch and want to browse the web or watch some videos while listening to music on the side, this definitely a perfect choice. Without breaking your wallet, the iPad 10th generation, Apple still selling it, and even for some sketch works and kids who want to practice some drawing works, this one supports Apple Pencil first generation, and it is a perfect choice as a starter to get this iPad 10th generation for sketch and drawing works. Just a suggestion, like if you're giving it to kids, under 10 or 12 years, make sure to get a proper case to protect the iPad from damage, with basic accidental drops or any other liquid spills and other possible damage scenarios. And the typing experience on screen keyboard is okay, but if you have any Bluetooth keyboard, it don't have to be the Apple Magic keyboard, but you can connect and pair and use any Bluetooth keyboard easily, either Logitech, Dell, or Microsoft. And it works as a Bluetooth accessory, and it allows you to type with giving more screen real estate to work with any documents and so on. About the documents, it also supports MS Office, Office 365, or you can download and install any word processors that you have in the App Store. Apple also have their set of free word processing applications like Pages, Numbers, and Keynotes. If you want to use it for any presentation and Excel sheet sort of work, you can absolutely use it without any hiccups or slow speed issues on this iPad 10th generation. About the media consumption, the speakers are decent, of course. You can experience it once at nearest Apple showroom. If this is your first iPad purchase, you will experience a decent audio quality. And the side button, it has the volume rockers that lets you to increase and decrease volume. And the Touch ID enabled side button, also called as a power button, lets you to turn off the iPad, at the same time authenticate with fingerprint scanner on websites, purchases, and wherever the Apple Pay or any third-party applications that requires authentication feature. And when it comes to the gaming, iPad 10th generation has 60 Hz display. It is not, I wish Apple have made it 90 Hz display and refreshed it during the October release. Instead, they just kept the iPad 10th generation as it is and didn't do any upgrades this year, and looks like maybe next year we will see the iPad 9 11th generation with some more improved display configuration. Apple does very minor improvements when it comes to the base level models, including this iPad. If you haven't used 128 display for gaming, this 68 will be sufficient for casual gamers. If you're thinking about 128 display and its feature for your regular gaming works, then you should consider the iPad Pro base model at least. For students who wants to take notes, maintain and keep everything organized, their files, everything within the iPad storage, from watching videos and doing some Microsoft Office related works, I think for 64 GB model, the $350 onwards price point is good deal, as iPad normally works with 4 to 5 years at least with a bigger battery and delivers a decent battery backup with Wi-Fi and cellular connectivity. You may consider higher storage like 256 GB only if you have that requirement. Apple have reduced the price of iPad 10th generation this year, when it plans to not to refresh the iPad 10th generation to and release the 11th generation. So you can take this as an advantage, and if you are buying it for your kids, or if you're buying it as a student or someone who needs a higher storage instead of using the cloud storage, then you may consider paying extra and go for the 256 GB storage. Otherwise, the 64 GB storage will be sufficient for most everyday users, and this one is definitely a good value for money purchase. So do share your thoughts if you are also using the iPad 10th generation in 2025. If you find it worth purchasing, your suggestion will also be helpful for others to make the decision. If you find this video useful, you know what to do. And for more useful iPhone, iPad and Mac related tips and tricks, don't forget to subscribe. Have a wonderful day.